I've been sitting here thinking, we've been doing a lot of ESG builds, and the excitement for the game for me has grown, and I'm just really want to, get my hands on it and play it. But I sat back and thought, like, what are some things that I would love to see in the game, to see implemented, nice to haves, features, things that will really make the game pop and create that long-standing player base. And I came up with 6 thoughts of what I would like to see in the game, and I want to talk about it in this video, crew. Hope you're doing well. Be sure to drop a like, hit the sub and notification, and let's jump into this video of my thought process of what should be in ESG Football 24. Let's go. Starting off at number 1, crew, I want to see style customizations. And what I mean by that is every player has their own flair, their own personality. What makes them them? You've seen the evolution of the NFL where you see all these unique end zone dances, and each player has their own style to it. You have players like Justin Jefferson doing the gritty and getting into games like Fortnite, and all these players have their own unique style and flavor that they're putting on the game. And a lot of times I think like back to when Allen Iverson started playing basketball, he really changed the conform thinking that the NBA was. He started wearing cornrows, made those incredibly popular, had his own style, tatted up, long shorts, nice kicks. Like, he just had that style, that flavor, that one-of-one ability to be like that innovator in the space. So I feel like style customizations for our characters in ESG Football would be incredibly huge, because you could give your player, I was thinking like a strong safety. If you want him to have like that style, like to just be like a freaking Wolverine type of guy, you want him to have like that Cam Chancellor, just look like a freaking predator out there on the field, looking tough. Westbrook, like, I just think of giving that personality trait to our players would be incredibly cool, because when you're going into that online space, that defining character that makes you in that space will give that look and feel and give that player longevity. Because when you launch online, people are like, oh, that's QSN, that's the guy that does that dance or that style, he wears this type of clothing in the game. Style customizations is one thing I think will be incredibly impactful to the game, and it will just add that flair and uniqueness to the characters, so we're not all like doing the same boilerplate stuff in a game when it comes to like touchdown celebrations, interception celebrations, call cadence, all that type of stuff. So I think first would be style customizations. That's number 1 for me. The second one is custom animations and emotes. Fortnite has really changed and revolutionized the gaming industry with the type of game that they've built. It's a sandbox at this point. You go in there, you put any type of skin you want, you have all these different emotes, all these different animations. No one is the same, and they have new releases every single day, right? That ability to add that flair, it goes in sort of concert with one, which is our style animations, but having the ability to add emotes, animations to your characters that make you that one-of-one, even if it was like weekly, monthly releases, something that was a good consistent cadence that could be maintained over a long period of time. I know it's tough to do like a Fortnite, especially for a smaller game. Like, if you could do something like Fortnite at a like extended period, like releasing custom animations, custom emotes that you could add to your player, and they all vary to where you would buy them, because it's a free to play game, and I would have no problem paying for unique animations and doing before you buys on those types of emotes. Like, is it worth it? Like, having that stylized, that personalized look and feel to my player would be really cool. I think that's something that they should add into the game, and I'm not sure, they may already have it in, they may not, but having emotes, animation styles in the game will be really cool. And I think having a release basis to where they create new ones and they just keep adding them, and with the ability to purchase them, I think would be really, really cool. So that's the number 2 on what I would think as far as what would help the game out a lot. Number 3, I believe we should have skin releases. I keep on going back to Fortnite. They have all these different releases. They have pickaxes, back bling, they have skins. That's what's made that game really dynamic. You feel like you're living your avatar. And as a football player, we all have our own look, man. The biggest thing is, like, when I think about when I played ball, man, Man, you get the right drip, man. You're looking good. You play good, man, on the field. You look good. You play good. That's what we always said. So whether it was just like having a towel hanging off, different colored gloves, cats are doing like the double mouthpieces off their face mask nowadays. It's not really my style, but I love it, man, because there's a unique twist. Every generation has their style, and having that ability to have those different skins or those different, uniqueness items added to the game will add a lot of flavor to the game, because as ballers, we all played football, crew. We all look different, man. Some cats are just like tatted up, and I'm taping my arm, taped up, gloves, no gloves, fingers taped, whatever have you. We all have our own unique style, and it all looks tough, man. That would be dope too. Like, have different color eye blacks would be sick as well. So I think that should be added to the game, crew. I want to have the ability to have skin releases. You release skins on the helmet, skins on the gloves, the shoulder pads, cleats. Add it all to the game. Any accessory that is in football nowadays, stylize that, turn those into skins. You can do different like partnerships that have, or even like visors, eye black, mouthpiece, gloves, wristbands, tape, you name it, crew. There's so many different things I can think of from the standpoint of football. Cleats, you can put new cleat skins on. That would really revolutionize the game for me. And as like I said, as an athlete, I think about like how I want to look on the field. My biggest thing, like from even when high school, I always wore different colored visors. In high school, my team was black and gold. We have my helmet's right back here. You see that puppy? I always wore, as a black and gold team, I had yellow visors when I played ball. When I got to college, I had a mirror tint visor. The helmet I have here is that iron, what's called an Ion 4D. They didn't make visors for that at the time. So what I did, I bought my own visor. And in my college dorm room, since the visor didn't fit, I was sitting there, I bought my own visor, a mirror tint, and I shaved it down to the dimensions of the helmet, customized it, and I made the visor fit for a helmet that did not have visors at that time. It's those little changes that made me feel so unique on the field. It gave me that presence, that swagger that I wanted on the field. It made me feel good, man. And having those type of aesthetics, those type of cosmetics in the game will really make the game go a long way, because there's so much that you do in football, just like the little things. Even if it's like, the new cats are like painting their fingernails, do what you got to do, man. Whatever's going to make you feel better as a player, that's what brings personality to the game. That's what helps the game of football, sports evolve, is the little twists and personalities that come into it, the characters. We get the base game is there. We all love football, but it's the characters that come into the game that help it reach the next levels, right, from generation to generation. So with this game, if they're able to implement skin releases for like all the accessories and even like your character builds, I think that is something that's going to be massive for it. So that's number 3, crew, are the skin releases for accessories and also the character itself. Number 4, I have unlockable equipment that gives you skill boosts. If y'all ever played NFL Street back in the day, if y'all were too young to play NFL Street, it's basically an arcade game. You take your NFL player online, and not online, you play them, and you could go online with it, but you take them in like a 6x6 or 6v6, and you play each other in like a playground environment, like Rucker Park in basketball. You do it on the football field. And there was a cool feature in that game where whatever position you were wide receiver, you could unlock gloves, and the gloves increase your catch ability. So if you unlock these special gloves, it gives you like a +3 performance in receiving. If you're a quarterback, you can get wristbands, and it gives you +3 awareness or passing ability. Cleats, like a +3 in speed. If you're able to have unlockables with your performance equipment, and it applies to your build, I think that would be really, really cool. And it's just taken from NFL Street. We've seen it done in the past, and it worked incredibly well. It's not one of those things that has to be like a pay-to-play feature. It's more of a grindy feature. So if a person is playing the game long enough, you have the ability to make 100 interceptions online or whatever. And once you get to 100 interceptions, your player unlocks a tier glove where those gloves gives you like a +10 boost, because if you grinded to get that many interceptions, the play time is there. You're going to be a valued player in that community. So why not get something that's so personal like that, but it's a personalized gift in the game, you know, a digital good, but it also gives your player the ability to upgrade their skill set in the process. So not only do you look good, you can start performing better as well. So I think having unlockable gear that has attribute increases will be something that will be a massive feature if they're able to implement that. Number 5, I think they should have NBA 2K like features. I know they have the city where you're running around and you're doing your emotes and running across different players. If they're able to implement similar systems to like how NBA 2K has it, where you can go to like different areas in the city and not only just like playing the game like 7-on-7 or 11-on-11 where you're stuck playing the game, the universe that you're living in should also be immersive. Going to the store, buying new cleats, buying new gloves, visors, what have you. Interacting with the community itself, if you're going to like chopping it up on like the playground or the locker room or the weight room with your crew, being able to lift weights. Those type of features I think would be incredible in the game. I know they have the weight room feature because they have Sean Merriman's gym in there where he has I believe an MMA gym called Lights Out, and you can go into like to the gym, you can run test against like mini games. You can do, challenge each other to mini games like running a 40 against each other, catching games, passing games. Having those little details in the open world environment, I think will add a lot to ESG Football 24, and it will be such a unique twist because at this present moment, Madden does not have that. And, those little quality of life, those environment, those community builders is what I think will keep players active and in the game and just building that ecosystem out. And it's not like it has to be a day one release. It's just one of those features that, the better you can build that community and keep them engaged and have these little mini games, peppered in, aside from just playing the 7-on-7 or 11-on-11, like the game is going to be the game. That's the core. But the little things around it are going to be massive. Because, as I'm making this video, Fortnite released their Lego partnership, and it's a Lego builder within the Fortnite universe. How cool is that? That game is so innovative, so forward thinking, and that game has revolutionized the gaming industry, and it will go down in the history books as I think as one of the pioneers in gaming for what they have done and what they continue to do. They just continue to evolve, create, grow, give new experiences to that community that are fresh, vibrant, fun, and just outside of the box thinking. They have key partnerships that happen, like with this Lego partnership, but they're just able to not only just worry about the Battle Royale features, they're adding these sandbox features that are seen in Minecraft and games like that. And just by taking these little pieces season after season after season, they're building the Lego blocks of a sandbox. So it's not just a game anymore. It's not just going in there shooting each other. It's an ecosystem where if you want to go build and play Legos with your friends, just have fun, you can do that. If you want to go shoot things up and be sweaty, you can do that. That's what this game has to implement. I know it's they call it the Battle Pass features, but I just like a season by season upgrade and continual progress, and do it from a sports perspective. That will revolutionize the sports gaming industry. NBA 2K is very well known for what they do. They have a rabid fan base. They have huge creators in the space that continue to make their player builds and create fun, unique experiences for their audience. ESG has the ability to do that, but for football players, I'm a baller, crew. I like playing football. I love all the other sports, but football is my core. And there's a lot of things that I feel that I've wanted to see in football games for such a long time, even dating back to 06, 05, when I was playing on PlayStation 3, NCAA college football. The ability to have your college football player go to school was super cool to me. You had to go take tests in classes. You had to get the right grades to have the right GPA to be able to even step on the field. Those little things is what made gaming so much fun back then. Yes, you get to play as your favorite school, your favorite college football team. Yes, you get to run up and down the field. But you also got to be a student. You had your dorm room where you could build your dorm room out. You had the ability, if you had a massive game, you get put on the cover of ESPN magazine where your guys diving into the end zone if you had a big game. They tracked those little mini things, and that's what made it feel like, damn, like we're in football. Like this is it. It made me, that's when I was in high school. Those type of things made me visualize myself in college playing the game of football and loving the sport. Like I saw myself like, what's college football going to look like for me? Can I be on the cover of ESPN magazine? Will I have my dorm room look like this? What will my classes look like? To maintain the GPA. Those little features made the game so fresh, so bright. And I think the ability for ESG, if they're able to add that in, even just like bit by bit, and adding like, you know, I know GTA is huge for this. Their open world system and adding their role playing has been monumental to their success. That's why they haven't had to release a lot of games, right? They just released one game that's lasted for what, over a decade at this point? If they're able to add those types of things in there, it's going to be massive. And the last one I want to be added, number 6, is mini games. And specifically I had on my list as one-on-ones. So we're familiar, crew. Y'all are familiar with Destroying. What he's done on YouTube, he's a former college football athlete. Played at, where did he play? Central Florida? He played at Central Florida. He was a punter. He transitioned from being a collegiate punter to being a YouTuber, a very successful sports YouTuber. He puts on those competitions where they do one-on-ones, receiver versus cornerback. The corner has the ability to D somebody up, and the receiver has the ability to just freaking just glue hands you, put you on your ass. And you know, one-on-ones are huge in football. It's one of those things where you stretch, or you show your bravado on the field, and it creates a lot of fun. It creates challenges. It creates, you know, great banter. And he's done an exceptional job on that and doing one-on-one, you know, content where the receiver versus the cornerback. If they can add not only just one-on-one mini games, that's just one idea I had, but mini games just in general where you have Oklahoma drills. You can run the ball against the defense, and the linebacker and the running back are just going heads. That could be a mini game. Oklahoma drills. You do one-on-ones, another mini game. I think that could add a lot of flavor and texture to the game, because when you're playing football, y'all are familiar. We all have drills and things that we go through on a daily basis, whether you're going through two-a-days or just normal practice. We all have our own real life mini games that we do. And for one, I was mentioning, like, you know, Oklahoma drills. If they can add mini games from things that we remember, like from our football practices like that, I think that will add a lot of texture and personality to the game, and it'll really draw me as a fan in of football. Because I mean, it makes me feel and takes me back to the days when I was playing ball, like how I felt in those moments of, you know, going against somebody. Like you get those nerves, you get those good endorphins running through your body. And that's what sports is all about, man. It's about not only having that pressure and, you know, having the pressure to perform, but enjoying those experiences with your crew. Having a locker room full of dudes that you're freaking living and dying with, blood, sweat, tears, all that good stuff. And if they're able to implement that into the game and really make it feel like you're in a football environment, not just from being on the field standpoint, but from the locker room standpoint, because that's where the connections are made, in the locker room. So having those stories where you can say, you know, I did I did so-and-so up online on the one-on-ones. I cooked him this week. And like the next week you have challenges where you're going against whoever on one-on-ones or Oklahoma drills or whatever have you. So yeah, mini games like one-on-ones and everything like that, I feel like will add a lot of texture. But that'll do it, crew, for my thought process. Let me know your thoughts. What do you want to see added to this game? What features, what styles, skins? You know, I want to hear your thought process on it. Do you like the list that I came up with? It's just some of the stuff that was on the top of my head as I was thinking that I could add a lot of texture to the game, create a great look and feel, and just really bring us into the football universe, right? It's a brotherhood. It's, it's a place where it's like a rite of passage as a man to play football, especially growing up here in America, wherever you're checking this video. But here in America, like, playing football is a rite of passage. Being able to wear your uniform on Fridays in high school, so you're walking around school feeling good before the game because you come under the Friday night lights, and there's just so much of a special feeling that you have leading up to a game, and all the things that happen to be able to step on the field it's just such a life-changing experience. When you're going through it, you realize those high points of like I'm talking about, like going through the commons area, like in Alamogordo, New Mexico, we had a commons area, and just wearing that black and gold uniform just like instilled so much pride in me. And I just felt like, man, we're like the only players in here that have to represent not only our school, but our entire cities, our families, all the freaking culture that built this place to be what it is. Those jerseys, those uniforms are a representation of not only yourself, but the entire community that helped get to this point. And so I really want that look and feel in football, because there's so much that goes into it, so much pride, so much tradition and personality. And if they're just able to, encapsulate what football is in a digital landscape, I feel like it can be a life-changing game that can last from like a fortnight. It can just stand the test of time and last for a long time and give us the experiences that we want, crew. So that's my thought process on it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the style video, be sure to drop a like, hit the sub and notification, and check out everything we have going on QSN in the descriptions below. We have our gaming gummies here. And the reason why I started QSN is, as a gamer and an athlete, I understand the importance of taking care of our bodies, our minds, to help with performance and just our overall life, crew, so we can all do what we love. And I started QSN to bring all of that information into the gaming space and help gamers become healthy, so we can all do what we love and have the healthy life that you deserve, crew. So if you want to check everything out, go to our website, qsn.gg. It's all in the descriptions below. But I love you, I appreciate you, and thanks for checking out this video, crew. We'll catch you on the next one. Always remember to stay laser focused on your dreams and your vision, and remember that you're in control. Much love, baby. Peace.